supporting. I want to thank everybody for the support you guys gave.
Oh man, hold on. There we go. Hey guys, welcome to the People's Forum. This is A1. Guess what? It is ladies' night tonight. It's gonna be a great night. As you can see, that's Miss Shiva on the screen. What's up with you, Shiva?
Hi, how are you guys? I'm doing fantastic.
All right, man. Tonight we have an amazing show. I'm just gonna do this little intro, then I'm gonna get out the way. We have an amazing show tonight. It's transgender Asian hate, and is it okay to say the N word? The N word.
Billions and billions, probably
We're getting into
trillions.
the night, but I want to go ahead and bring in everybody from the show tonight. We have, of course, Miss Jessica. She's on the show. We also have Nashala and Miss Gilesway. So go ahead, each of you guys go ahead and say something. I'm about to step out the way. Shiva's gonna go ahead and do the rest, and then we're gonna go into this video.
Okay, well, I think it's good for us to introduce ourselves for those listeners that are new. My name is Shiva Bagari. I'm the organizer of the Beverly Hills Freedom Rally, where I met Jessica Boss, which you'll get to meet in a second. And I have a conservative for California News. I've been doing my own kind of news on Facebook, but now I'm censored and I'm kicked off once again. So I've been posting on Telegram with Beverly Hills Freedom Rally. You can go to beverlyhillsfreedomrally.org. I'm a single mom. I live in Beverly Hills, and I'm just representing for my area. And I'm also running for city council next year because we got to get rid of the fascist. So now it's your turn, Jessica.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jessica Boss. I am actually an actress and a filmmaker, and I met Shiva at the Beverly Hills rallies. I had a pretty cool cape that I would twirl in, and I ended up on Breitbart. It was awesome. And yeah, I love to make films that speak. I want to change Hollywood. I want to be able to use this platform to create conservative-themed movies, powerful films. We're working on one that's anti-sex trafficking next, because that's a huge, important issue that's being ignored heavily. So that's what I want to do with my platform. I want to reach people and help people understand life through filmmaking, in the simplest forms. So thanks for having me.
Nice. Now, next, Anisha, you can introduce yourself, please.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anisha, or you can call me Nishala. I think it says on the screen Nishala. I live somewhere in California. I met Shiva at the Beverly Hills Freedom Rally, and I'm here to talk about whatever.
Nice.
Love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been calling you Anisha. It's Nisha. Sorry, I've been calling you Anisha.
It's
It's
Anisha,
so
but
funny
my
when you hear
nickname is
something and
Nisha.
then you see it. Huh?
It's Anisha, but my nickname is Nisha, or you can call me whatever you
Oh, so
want.
I was saying it right. Oh my gosh, I got so worried
Yeah.
that I've been calling you the wrong name. Okay.
Oh,
And
no,
Miss
you're good.
Giles, please introduce yourself, sweetheart.
Hi, I'm Miss Gilesway. Originally from Chicago, but I live in Tennessee now. I work with economic and community development here in the state. And I also am a 20-year Navy veteran who retired in 2017. Um, and I'm a mother of five, four boys, one girl. And yeah, that's it.
Nice, nice. So our first subject is transgenderism. Now, I don't know if you guys heard of these three names. This is their last name was Kinsey, Benjamin, and Money. These three guys were actually pedophiles, and they are the ones that started transgenderism, saying that someone can basically pick their sex even if they're the opposite sex. You can, it's fluid, that gender is fluid. So they pushed this, and there was a twins that were born, and one of them, they both were boys. I'm trying to think of their names. I think it was like Bruce and Brian Reimer. So look up Bruce and Brian Reimer. They had a circumcision, and one had a botched one, and they said that they couldn't reconstruct his, what. So his mother had saw something about Dr. John Money, and like that they could pick their gender and maybe just raise this boy as a girl. But if you see what happened to him, They said it was successful. They completely lied about that. It was not successful. He felt like he was always out of place. Finally, his mother was like, I got to tell him that he's a boy. And he ended up getting married with a woman, but killing himself. And so did his brother, because they were doing some kind of weird pedophilic stuff during his sessions with Dr. John Money. And because of that lie, they did thousands of reassignment surgeries. Okay, so that one lie had basically ruined a lot of people's life. And Johns Hopkins started the reassignment surgery here in the United States. And one of the doctors, after doing all of them, said, you know what? This is just a mental issue. This is not changing your sex, isn't making these people better. There's still 41% killing themselves after reassignment surgery, which is the same as before. So it's basically this gender dysphoria is just a mental problem. Anyway, what is your thoughts, Jessica? We'll go to Jessica first.
Well, I mean, the whole transgender issue, it's such a big, complex thing. I only really heard about it on the more recent side of life. You know, we never had this growing up. That, you know, I never heard about this until my late adulthood. So when I hear something similar to that, you know, with these two guys, to me, I think, well, it sounds as though there are people who are trying to make something out of what they went through, and it's the vast minority. It's almost as though they're trying to make the minority become the majority and to make it normalized for everybody. And, you know, the way I always see it is, you know, there are always exceptions to things. There, you know, I know that there's hermaphrodites and there's things such as that, or intersex, my bad, because I know that that's a thing. But I know, I think that it's a little bit of a thing of, they're trying to make it popular and they're appealing to a younger crowd. And the kids, you know, when I was 16, I was very confused about, you know, my body and things happening. So they're targeting the group that's the most susceptible and vulnerable. And I find a problem with, because you're trying to make something bigger than what it is by going after the people who are most vulnerable. And I think that that's just unacceptable, in my personal opinion.
May
I
I say
agree with
something?
you. I call that grooming. Okay, Nisha, what are your thoughts?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me? It kind of reminds me. I used to work at a daycare in Rancho Cucamonga at a community college, and I was a work study student. And I remember one time, I remember vividly, as I was cleaning the table, putting away the dishes, because the kids, they had just finished eating their lunch. And so one by one, the teacher's aide, she would ask individual children, are you a little boy or are you a little girl? And I remember I witnessed her asking this little girl named Jasmine. She couldn't be, I think she was at least 3 years old, no older than that. And so Jasmine said that she was a little girl. And so the teacher's aide asked her, she's like, you're a little girl? Then Jasmine said, yes. And so the teacher's aide said, are you sure? And so Jasmine said, no. And so then the teacher's aide pushed it more. And she's like, are you a little boy or are you a little girl? And she said she doesn't know. And so the teacher's aide said, you don't know? But not in a mean way, but like in a caring, loving way. And so Jasmine said she is a little boy. And then I saw the teacher's aide write something down, but I don't know what she wrote, but she wrote something down. And I kind of felt like that was manipulative. Like she was being manipulative to the child. Yeah, she said she was a little girl. She should have just left it alone.
Wow.
And that was like back in
so do you think that this is a push in society?
Yeah, that was in 2010.
Wow. Okay, Ms. Giles, thoughts?
Well, I just think it's all part of the depopulation agenda, really, at the end of the day. And they're targeting, of course, the kids, and they also, you know, make sure they target the Black community on top of it. So in my thoughts, it's just all part of the population. If you have people changing genders, then who's going to be having the children? And we already know that there They're figuring out ways to incubate children. They have ways to in vitro, like not in vitro, but the surrogates to where you can implant eggs and things like that. So I think it's all about population control and at the same time depopulation. So that's my thoughts on that. I mean, I'm gonna call people as far as what I see, what I look and see in their face. But if you look like a man, I will call you a man. You're not gonna make me call you something else
Good for
or a
you.
And
woman.
one of my
Yeah,
sisters,
I think this
oh,
PC culture has been a disease in our society, and also not just depopulation, a destruction of our country. Because New World Order wants to take over. These globalists want to take over. What do they need to do? They need to destroy our country. So what do they go after? Our children. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of saying love thyself, which is, Jesus wants us to love thyself, and I know you don't believe in Jesus, but I'm sure you believe in man and woman and creation, at least the way we were created is, they're trying to take us away from our true identity. It is so easy to manipulate someone that doesn't know themselves. So if you take someone away from their true identity, you make a little communist slave. I think that's what it is too. So they'll have a bunch of slave, people, because they can literally manipulate them. I met this child and he took one tumbling class from me. He was 7 years old. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to dox him, but he goes, "Hi, my name is blank and I'm transgender." And I said, "No, you're not." I said, "You're a boy." And his mother looked very confused, kind of looked like she might have been on drugs, maybe some pharmaceutical drugs. And I said, "Why does he think that he's a girl?" And she says, "Well, he was dressing up at 5 years old. He was dressing in dresses and stuff." And I said, "Well, does he have a male role model?" And she said, "Well, no, because I guess her ex-husband lived in another state." And I said, "Well, duh. He sees you and his sister in dresses and he has no male role model. What do you think he's going to do?" You know what I mean? He probably wants the same amount of attention that the sister gets, and she probably gets that attention. So he's seeking out attention by doing that. So she told me that she took him to Children's Hospital at 5 years old, and they told her that she needs to raise him as a girl and change his name and all this stuff. I'm like, that is abhorrent to me. That is child abuse. And this poor child, after he took one tumbling class, he goes, "Mom, I'm athletic." Like he didn't even know he was athletic until 5. I mean, 7. He was 7 at that time. I'm like, and then the LGBT community was giving him awards. So he's getting attention from this. So they're fostering and grooming this kind of behavior. And then Big Pharma gets to have a client until, he's dead if they're going to do the hormone stuff on this poor child. So it's very, very sad what's happening. Any other thoughts, anybody?
Cool.
One of my sisters. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's just get. Can you hear me? Let's get into this video really quick.
Okay.
All right.
By our military too. I'm waiting for the video. But look at our military. They were like even showing.
The Senate passed a bill that would prohibit healthcare providers from providing gender-affirming treatments for transgender children today. Senate Bill 1311 moves on to the Texas House for approval. If passed by the lower chamber, the bill would then need to be signed into law by Governor Greg Abbott. Under the proposed legislation, the Texas Medical Board would revoke the license of a physician or other medical professional for prescribing or performing gender transitioning or gender assignment medical procedures on children who are younger than 18.
God created man, woman, as we are, and the most important thing to understand is that we are loved in that way as He made us, and that is how He desires for us to understand Him.
House Bill 1399, a companion bill, failed to receive initial approval before a deadline in the Texas House. LGBTQ advocates have fought against both pieces of legislation this session, arguing lawmakers are trying to take decision-making abilities away from parents and their physicians.
Yeah, that's scary. It's scary that they're trying to push this on our kids and not have parental consent. Just like abortion in California. Your child can go and have an abortion without your consent. What if your child is damaged? What if your child dies? You know, you wouldn't even know because you didn't even have consent. And who's going to have to deal with the medical bills? Is the government going to pay for the medical bills after they've allowed your child to go and get an abortion? No. So this is a way of the government taking over control of your child. Yeah, what did you say, Ms. Giles?
Can I say something real quick? See, this is the problem. The problem is, you know, we're actually trying to deal with this a little bit too late. And this is what I mean, even with the last stream that I did, you know, with you, Shiva, and I know everybody get their panties in a bunch when I try to bring up, you know, white people and the things that they do. But I'm just keeping it 1,000. The kind of stuff that's going on right now is the stuff we tried to tell y'all about years upon years upon years upon years ago. Just keeping it real. You know, y'all thought we were just making stuff up. We was trying to tell y'all they've been putting stuff in our water in our communities and making us sick and messing up our hormones. Everybody thought it was a joke or a game and nobody cared when we was talking about, oh, it's lead in the buildings and in the paint that they would be putting us in the projects. And those are the only place we can live due to redlining. Nobody wanted to pay attention then. When we try to explain to y'all, hey, the courts is corrupt. They don't do what they're supposed to do. They mistreat us. We get disproportionate sentencing and things like that. They don't listen to us. Y'all didn't listen. Y'all just said that we were criminals and that it was a problem. And then y'all finally saw, and let me finish my point. And then y'all finally saw that even they did the same thing in this election with Trump and not wanting to see any of the things that he wanted to present to the court. These are the things that we have been trying to explain and tell people for a long time, and nobody cared and wanted to pay attention. So now here we are, where things have been fast forward and put into place. And we were trying to tell y'all about the narcotics and the illegal drugs and the things that they were trying to do. Once again, nobody listened. It's like we're behind the curve now because a majority of y'all didn't want to listen to us when we was trying to bring y'all these topics. One is because I think a majority of y'all just didn't give a damn. Let's just keep it real, because it was happening to us and you didn't feel like it was happening to y'all, so it didn't matter. So now we come to a point where we're behind the eight ball and now everybody wants to gather together and try to fix it. But see, now we're so far behind. They've moved full speed ahead while we've been so busy arguing and complaining and talking about racism and going back and forth. These people have been moving full speed ahead with their projects. And now what?
Well, I agree that there is all of those things, but you putting white people, like making it about white and black, because the people that were actually speaking up about this were Alex Jones. He's white. Okay, he's talked about this for 20 years.
This is the problem. You don't get it. My point is there is no black people in power that's in the elite. Let's just keep it real. That's the point I be trying to explain to y'all. Every time somebody tries to explain how the people who are doing it, y'all get mad and holler racism. I'm just trying to sit here and let you know.
I believe that globalists are racist. I agree with you on that. I believe that right, but white supremacy.
We need to be honest about who it is. Y'all, and to be honest, y'all should have been the ones long ago.
But y'all, like you said, y'all. I don't know what y'all is. Again, this is where I don't know what y'all is you're talking about.
I know y'all try to turn it into something being racist, but what I'm saying is
why do you keep speaking for us? Like
we have been trying. My issue is it ain't about. See, this is what I'm saying, because y'all don't want to keep it real. When I explain, y'all turn it into the truth, into something that I'm trying to take.
Wait. Train $4.99 through Super Chat. Thanks, D Holly.
Hey, hold on real quick. We just definitely want to thank D for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel. We'll go right back. Again, thank you, D. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you guys so much. We'll go right back to Ms. Giles Way. Thank you.
Yeah, Miss Giles, I
my
just
thing,
think
my
that the
thing is
way you're talking is very
what I'm trying
divisive.
to
It
explain,
doesn't
Shiva,
help us.
is
It
that
doesn't bring it together. If something's not bringing it together, it's not constructive. It's just not constructive. So you can play the blame game, but the people that I've actually followed have been talking about this for 20 years, and they're not
well,
black.
then why
Okay,
don't y'all do something
so
about it?
it's not about skin color. It's not about skin color. The globalists, I believe, are racist. Yes, and I've been
Girl, you
saying
just
that.
don't quite
The
understand
globalists
what I'm
are,
saying.
huh?
This is the issue. This is what I'm saying, because every time when somebody tells y'all who is doing it, it makes it sound like it's coming off as racist. But I'm trying to let y'all know that these are the people that are doing it. And now y'all need our help. We could have been nipped this in the bud long ago, but everybody in their community was living high off the hog. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you. And see,
Yeah,
now
but we can't go back to the
everybody
past.
needs
So
our
let's
help.
stop.
And
Let's
then,
stop playing the blame game. It doesn't help. Let's stop living in the past.
girl,
Let's
you're not
live in the present,
listening.
and let's do something about it. Let's do
You're
something about it together.
until you
It's not.
recognize
It's
who
not
it is
over.
and admit to who it is, there is no coming together. Because
Okay,
nobody
so
wants to
that
be
is the
honest
talking
about
point from the
who's doing
Democrat
it.
Party. You're adopting the talking point from a Democrat
No,
Party that were
I'm
the slave owners.
not.
Yes, you
Don't do
are.
that.
The
Don't
slave
tell me what
owners
I'm
love
doing.
division.
Don't tell me
Divide
what
and
I'm
conquer,
doing.
Solomon.
This is why people have an issue, why black folks have an issue with conservative, because as soon as we don't agree with y'all, we a Democrat and a liberal. We don't have to always
No,
agree
that's a
on
Democrat talking
everything.
point.
When we
I've
keep
heard
it
that
real,
talking point from the
when we
Democrat
keeping it
Party,
real,
and they
that's the
are
problem.
divisiveness.
You
It's
know
not
what?
constructive to
This is
divide.
what I'm you right now, because you represent Beverly Hills so hard, which honestly, why you so proud about it, it's the second home of pedophilia. It's the second capital. So what are y'all sitting up there doing about
I
that?
don't know about that.
Are y'all doing
I went to
marches
a lot
at
of great
celebrity homes
families
who
in
over
Beverly
there
Hills, and they're not
drinking
pedophiles.
adrenochrome? Are you
It's
protesting
actually
at the
no,
houses
it's
of them
actually
celebrities
high.
that you live
There's a
next to
lot of
that's drinking
conservatives in
adrenochrome
Beverly Hills,
and
very religious
participating in
conservatives.
pedophilia? I didn't think so. Y'all want to represent Beverly Hills so hard, but it's the #2 capital in the United States of America of pedophiles living there. Let's just be
Well,
honest. See,
I
don't
don't know
nobody
that
want to
much
be
Time out.
about
honest
it.
I
about
didn't know
that.
that either.
All
Don't
right,
Okay,
nobody
let's
want to
I'm
be
let's
calling.
honest
I'm
let
about
calling a
Jessica
timeout,
talk for a
guys.
while.
Guys,
yeah.
All right. Hold on. I was trying to go long and not say anything. Hold on. Listen. No matter what you guys argue about or do, we got to have dialogue, okay? Because A1 is not here, but A1 will get on the screen and speak. I don't need to. I'm over here chilling, having my drink. Do I need to do this? Do I need to come on the screen and say what's up to everybody? We're having a good time. I don't feel like doing this shit, okay? That's why I got the ladies show, because I'm pushing the women's movement, all that stuff, right? So we got to figure it out, because guess what? We got two other, thank you again for the super chat. Definitely appreciate it. We have two other women on the screen. I definitely want to hear their input, what they have to say. So we'll get back to this dialogue, because that shit accomplished nothing. It's just good back and forth. I enjoy this shit, but we got to have some dialogue just to improve the show and what's going on with that. So, do you guys have anything else that you want to say about transgender? Because we're going to end the show. I'm going to unmute. Everybody's muted right now, so can't nobody say shit but me. Okay? I'm going to unmute everybody. We can't be combative. Shiva, you go hard and you don't stop, and I love your energy and all that, but remember, I need you to think production-wise, the end user, because this just was like, gobble, 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 meow, 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 and nothing's coming out of it. You guys are still muted. I'm the only one fucking talking. Nobody else can hear anybody but me. So I have the control. I don't even want to control, but we have Nichelle on here. We got the beautiful Jessica. You ladies are lovely. Let's just have some dialogue. So I'm gonna ask one more time. Do anybody? I'm about to unmute. I'm gonna unmute Shiva first. All right, and then I'm gonna
Jessica, I think.
Go ahead.
Have you unmuted me?
You're unmuted now.
Have you unmuted me yet?
You're unmuted.
Okay, I wanted to hear from Jessica, because I know Jessica wanted to say something, but then I couldn't hear her. So
yeah, that's
what's
because
Jessica's
you and Miss
response
Giles,
to all
you
of
and
this?
Miss Giles Way was talking rather loud. But go ahead. Everybody's unmuted now.
I just
Sorry,
wanted to say we're all on the same team here. We're all wanting the best for the country, for our families, and I just think that it's important for us to remember that. We're not here to attack one another. Believe me, we get enough attack from the other side. We need to actually stick together. I think that's going to bring us together and not try to separate ourselves, or you're this, you're that, or, that's not constructive. So I think we should we all have a commonality. I think that's what we should focus on. That's all I want to say.
That's great. And by the way, she has a great movie that I bought a lot of copies to my liberal neighbors that hate me, called A House Divided. You guys got to watch. See right there? A House Divided. They did such a great job on a low budget. How much was the budget again?
So we shot this film during the global pandemic for $5,000, and we shot it in 2 days, 2.5 days.
Amazing.
A feature film.
Amazing. And it was
basically
great. And they got so many points in there.
Yeah, we wanted
to
show
all of these lies.
100%. And Shiva was amazing. She bought copies for her friends, because who wants to get into a 3-hour-long conversation with somebody who you already know they don't want to hear anything from you? Just give them the movie and tell them, watch it, write down what you don't agree with, and then you can go from there. And I have other resources as well that help not have to have you be the one trying to be on the defensive all the time, because Lord knows we get that too much as well. It's easier, just let the film speak, because it does it pretty freaking well. So if you're interested, ahouseDividedFilm.com, or we're on Amazon.
Oh, okay. That was an amazing plug, and we'll let you do that in the end of the show.
Okay.
That's when it goes. It doesn't go in the middle of the show. That's awesome. Production, Shiva. I need you to keep thinking production, okay? We're going to give her own time to do her own thing. Look, I got her set up already so everybody can see it and she can do all the talking. We're always going to take care of everybody's on the show. Be patient with this stuff. Now, just so you guys know, I get all the ladies were able to come in with a topic. Shiva wanted to talk about transgenders. Ms. Galsway wanted to talk about Asian hate, and Miss Nishala, she wanted to talk about the N-word. So we're gonna go into the Asian hate part right now.
Maybe Nisha should talk first, since we haven't heard much from her.
No, we're gonna go into we'll get her, but we're about to go into this Asian hate first.
A new anti-Asian hate crime law garnering bipartisan support. The legislation instructs the Department of Justice to assign someone to review hate crimes related to COVID-19 and expands efforts to improve hate crime reporting at the local and state levels. It also provides support for law enforcement agencies and how they respond to hate crimes, aiming to curb discriminatory language used to describe the pandemic.
We are committed to stop the hatred and the bias. It hides in plain sight, and too often it is met with silence.
Lawmakers push for this bill after an increase of racially motivated violent crimes against Asian Americans during the pandemic. Vice President Kamala Harris reported there were more than 6,000 hate incidents from March 2020 to March 2021.
All right, go.
We can thank the media for that. We can thank the media for all the hate and the division, because that's what they're good at. They're good at dividing us by the stupid things that they do. And plus...
we just had to mute Shiva because Shiva said she wants Miss Nishala to talk. That was your segue in to let her talk. See, Shiva, you got to be the host, so you got to kind of cater to everybody, then put yours in last. See, we on the job training right now. You're going to get better at it. So I'm going to unmute you, but it's not your turn to talk. We're going to go to... Go ahead, Nishala.
So they signed it in law today. In my opinion, it should be a hate crime for everyone, not just one specific group. And it just doesn't make sense to me, honestly. Yeah.
Aren't all crimes hate crimes? I mean, really, when you think about it, all crimes are hate crimes. They're envy. Oh, that's another thing about transgenderism. They're basically pushing envy, which is evil. Envy is evil because you're not supposed to want something what somebody else has. And that's basically you're envying the opposite sex and wanting to be the opposite sex because of envy. And there's actually a person that got the reassignment surgery and then switched it. It was called... when they detransitioning. And this girl, what was her name? I wrote it down. Grace Linsky Smith. She got it and then she reversed it within a year because she was not happy. And she got her tits removed, which is awful. So, it's like totally destroying her body. And she was in her early 20s. And then within the year, she was like, oh no, this isn't for me. So all of this stuff is basically divide and conquer, and they realize that they lost the Black vote and the Hispanic vote. So they're like, we need another victim group. So let's pick the Asian, and then we can blame Trump for it, for calling it China virus. So it's all to blame Trump and to make another victim group so that the victim group will go, oh, the Democrats really care for us. We should vote Democrat,
Mm-hmm. Y'all really
you don't believe that? Huh?
Y'all really think that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What is your thoughts? What's your thoughts, Miss Giles?
It's all just a virtue signal to the CCP to let them know that they're in alliance with them. I don't think it has quite anything to do with blacks hating Asians and all this other talking about hating each other. What it is they don't want anybody mentioning how the CCP is buying up land every dang on where, not only in America with these companies and in Africa and also in the islands. The China is buying up everything. So which means is, you put this bill into play. So if you try to say anything about them buying up buildings and doing things like that, you can't say anything about it. Because as of right now, that executive order, I can't remember which number it was, that Trump signed, where he stated that any companies that are doing business with China, they have to stop doing business with them. And it was like some other jargon in there. So if anyone has been paying attention, as of right now, China is buying up a whole bunch of land and they're slowly but surely taking over. So with that, nowadays people can't even buy a home anymore because they're not bidding against another family or individual. They're actually bidding against companies who are willing to offer 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, even $80,000 more than you're willing to offer. So we're about to get into a place of where you own nothing and you'll be happy, because that's what they want to do. I'm on conference calls every week with rural town city mayors and their teams, and land is not being on the market. One mayor specifically said when land goes up for sale in his county, it's only up for 2 to 3 minutes. That people even within that community aren't getting an opportunity to purchase land within their own community. They're being bought by conglomerate companies. And if anybody's been paying attention, we all know one thing's for sure and one thing's for certain: China moves silent and deadly at the same time, if that's what you want to say. They sit here and they pretend like they're this docile community that don't want no problems, they don't want no trouble, when they're really slowly but surely and quietly taking over. And they're using a lot of companies, to front a lot of these purchases that they're making. That's why Trump signed that executive order stopping all that, saying he would get into companies' financials and all that stuff to find out if they're doing business with them, because he's seen how they've been slowly but surely moving. China has now, I think we're going to get to a point where we're going to have a Chinese missile crisis, like the Cuban Missile Crisis. Their weapons aren't really all that good. Let's be very clear. They're not really known. They're known for their military, yes, but as far as their navy is concerned, it's a bust. As far as their weapons, it's a bust. So what I really believe is going on is they're trying to take over. They already built a naval base off the coast of West Africa, which means they're getting closer and closer to us, to where their missiles don't have to try to get all the way from China to America. Now they're taking over Jamaica, they're taking over small islands and places like that, to where they're getting closer and closer to us, and they're going to get to a point where they surround us. And at that point, you don't need long range missiles to bomb us. You can make it short and sweet. So what I think, that whole Asian hate crime bill is really a distraction, and it's really not what y'all think it is. It's really just about.
I think it's that and many other things. I think it's that and many other things. I agree with you 100%. I think that's.
But my thing is, we always have to pay attention to the big picture. We have to. This is what has messed us up right now, because we always pay attention to the small things, and we're not looking at the whole bigger picture, the big plan. And I guess that's probably
look
why
at California and how much is owned by China. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I'd like to see how much of the land is actually owned by China now, because it's a lot. It is a lot.
That's what I'm saying, because so now if you try to say something about it, that's what I mean by how we have to be honest, but I'm not trying to
shut down freedom of speech.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be racist and do all this other kind of stuff. But what I'm saying is, when we stop being honest about things, we let things like these crime bills, these hate crime bills, and all this stuff get passed, when they're really trying to protect certain people because of a bigger picture. Now, people will be upset and be mad when you turn around and you run around and say, well, all the Chinese are buying up all this and buying up all that. Now it's going to sound like you hating, but you're being honest. And that's my point I'll be trying to make with you. Even though when I say white people and I say this and that, it's because I'm being honest about who's doing it and what's going on. You can't be mad when I sit up there and I tell you.
It's not all white people. Some of these globalists are black people that are allowing this. They're black people. Like Oprah is allowing these globalists to do the crap that they're doing, and she's black. So it's not all white people that are bad.
Talk about one lady, they got money.
No, I'm talking about there are other people that are pushing this agenda, and there's Hispanic, black. It doesn't matter about skin color. It matters about the heart.
It does.
Is nothing.
It does.
Judging by the skin color. You're judging by skin color. I mean,
that's
who
what
freed
I'm
the slaves?
saying.
Was it a black person that freed the slaves? Or was it a white person? So
you have to start elevating your mind a little higher. You be down here with the thought process.
No,
and you
I'm
need
not.
to come
I think that you need to elevate. I think you
don't
need to
help
shallow. You're saying is very shallow.
Have you been around the world?
And it's very shallow, and it doesn't bring us together.
A1.
Yeah.
Trying to teach you things.
Hey, wait, hold on. Let me mute y'all. All right, we got a call coming in. All right, caller, are you there?
Hello?
Caller, go ahead. You're
I'm
live
here.
on the air. Go ahead.
I have a question. Since Biden already passed the transgender bill, the anti-hate one, and the passing of the anti-Asian hate crime bill, how come he didn't pass any bill towards black people being defended from law enforcement?
That's not his priority, obviously.
Mm-hmm. But why? Why was it not after what BLM has done for Biden and Kamala Harris's election run?
My guess, I don't know why exactly, but my guess is that he just used them. He used them for votes, and he fell for it.
Yeah, you'd figure they would scratch his back, but they didn't.
But
Say
he
that
used
again.
them just like everybody else does all the time. Just like the whole point, and that's what I mean by people need to understand a lot of things more on a military industrial complex mentality. If you don't think this way, you will always get duped. Okay. So just like how they groomed Obama to be president, they use black people for that too. But their whole intention behind Obama was to get rid of General Gaddafi in Libya. No other president in Western civilization General Gaddafi ever messed with. The only reason why he even fooled with Obama was because Obama was African, part African, whatever. Okay, and he looked at us saying, "Hey, the Western world may have changed their views, and maybe they are getting a little better." So they sent Obama over there to cuddle up and cozy up with Gaddafi. Now look at Libya. If you
Mhm.
look at India, okay, India is battling China, have been battling China lately for the past couple of years border.
Sheba,
Okay.
you're not
Yeah,
muted
it
no
looks
more,
like
just so
that
you
they
know.
got they got a stronger COVID over there too, because
What?
it looks like a lot of people. Yeah, it looks like they might have sent a different uh, variant of COVID because more people are dying in India. Maybe they're doing that on purpose. You know,
Girl,
I think there
I
is
don't
depopulation going on in India right now.
no, it's not that.
Uh-huh.
So I'm telling y'all, the reason why Kamala got in there, okay, and they did all that, whatever they did to get them in there, because Kamala is Indian. What they're trying to do is gain more Asian trust. They will eventually use Kamala as a weapon for India so China could take them over the same way that happened with Gaddafi and Obama. History
Well,
always
China's
repeats
going into
itself. You
Iran
have
too.
to pay
China's
attention
trying to buy up
to the
Iran
plan.
as well.
You're not a nice person.
Yeah,
Incredible
China
people.
is buying up Iran right now as well. China is trying to take over the
Billions and
whole
millions,
world right now.
probably trillions.
Okay, should we go into the N word? Should we go to that
Well, we have to
right
ask
now?
everybody: are we finished with the topic we
Yeah,
currently
I'm
on?
done. I'm done.
Is
Well,
everybody finished with the Asian hate?
I think too.
Only yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Can I tell you something? It's kind of
Absolutely.
interesting. We had our friend Angie that said the N word, and she got beat up for it. She also got hate crime on her, but because she's a conservative, it's not a big deal. So there was a guy, I'll put it on the thread. This guy threatened her. He's dressed up like a ninja, and he's using some kind of voice thing that changes his voice to try to scare her. And they assaulted her. And they said it's okay to assault her because she's a fascist. And look at Andy No. He's also a gay Asian reporter, and he was attacked by Antifa. So there's crimes on that side, but those aren't even talked about because they're conservatives. So it just goes to show you
A1.
that it really has nothing to do with that. It's all
Oh,
about manipulation.
A1.
okay. The caller's still on the line. Go ahead, caller.
I have a question for I have something to say for Shiva, or a question.
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you. Go
Yes,
ahead.
I can hear you.
Just because you have minorities in the conservative circle doesn't mean that white people are not racist within conservatives on the conservative side of things.
I think there's racists in every party.
Thank you. Thank you, caller.
No.
I listen. There's
A1.
always going to be racism.
A1.
Wait,
Why?
hold on. You
Because
got to
there's
let
always
Shiva
evil in the
reply.
world.
Oh yeah.
There's
Go ahead.
always gonna be racism. We're never going to stop it because there's evil, and that's why instead of just zoning in on that, why don't we zone in on sin and try to really work on ourselves and being a better person individually, and that's going to help society. And I know she doesn't believe in God. She thinks she's a God. I know Miss Giles thinks she's God. I believe in Jesus Christ. And
She's not. She doesn't
by the way,
she
that is
doesn't
my
think she's God.
master. So if anybody wants to know my master is Jesus Christ. So I do follow somebody. I'm not always the best follower, but I do my best.
All right.
A1.
Cool. Go ahead, caller. Was that it, man? Because I'm going over to this next topic because we're finished with the Asian hate. But did
I
you
could
have?
jump with. Yeah, I'll go with the next topic. Well, I had something to say, but if you're gonna move to the next topic, go for it.
Go ahead, talk.
Go ahead.
Well, it
She
seems
wants
like
to hear you.
okay, all right. Well, it seems like sometimes when you attend some of these freedom rally events, they're so when they get into a debate with other people for like Antifa and BLM folks or giving an interview, right? They always like to say, "How can we look racist? Look, we have an Asian person here. Look, we got a Mexican person here. Look, we got a Middle Eastern person here." Like you're just taking passes away from a voice for even the minority, not even consulting them. But you guys like to really speak for them just to prove that Trump's not a racist.
First of all, one of Trump's
Thank
best
you, caller.
friends, Herschel Walker's son, shows up to the rally, and he grew up with the Trump family, so I don't
I know.
think that he would have a close friend that's black if he was a racist. Okay, the guy says that
You're not
anytime he
listening.
needed to talk to Trump, Trump would always hold the phone and talk to him.
You're not listening. Seriously, you're not listening.
Now, I think that's
You just
kind
want
of
to hear yourself talk, and you
because
just
the biggest
don't want to touch
racists
the
are
root
the ones
issues of things.
peddling it all the time.
Be frank with you.
They're always peddling it on the media, race baiting, and race baiting does not help society whatsoever because they need to bring racism back. They need to divide. They need to show black people destroying buildings to push racism because they're only showing the minorities of blacks doing this. So if they
Can I rebuttal, A1?
and continue to dish out hate.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Caller? Okay, me. Well, do you even go to minority communities and do activism work there? Because you seem so confident to speak for minorities. I don't know who gave you the pass to speak for minorities.
I was born in Iran. I am a minority. Hello?
Oh, yeah. So that doesn't mean you're racist? That doesn't mean you're racist at all, right? And it doesn't make you racist still?
To say nobody ever thought I was racist up until the Democrats saw that I left the Democrat Party. Then I was all of a sudden racist. Okay? Nobody's ever called me racist before. It's so ridiculous.
Okay.
My ex-boyfriend, one of them is half black, half Latino. So
I don't know who gave you
that I'm a racist.
Speak
I
for
don't
minorities.
judge people by what they look like. That's ridiculous and shallow.
Ooh,
Are you done talking?
Thank you, caller. I love you.
You love me
But
because he's
A1, I like to say,
racist, Miss Giles? Really?
All right, look. So we
What you want me to do?
Miss Giles. You're the racist, not me.
all right. So
I'm not
so hey.
racist. You are.
All right. So look. Let me tell you one thing I've noticed right now. I want you guys to check out this woman right here. Her name is Jessica. And she's sitting there like, what the fuck? Look, she was a last minute add to the show. Thank you for coming on. She was so excited earlier. She's like, what the fuck is I get myself into?
I know, right?
she's like, I did not come on here for this shit right here. That's like, I can read. I'm not going to even tell you what's right. I'm not going to even tell you what's next to her, but I'm pretty sure whatever's next to her is saying the same thing, right? I was down like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? I just had to say that though, man.
I love it.
It's all over your face. Hey, this is the people's forum. Hey, but look, the next topic is Nashala. Now, you wanted to talk about this, right? So can you explain what was your reason for bringing up the N-word? Then I have a video that I want to go to, and then we'll go, Shiva, you'll go ahead and continue from there. But go ahead, Nashala.
Okay.
It was mostly about what somebody said on your show. I think it was last week or something, or over the weekend. They kept asking, why is it worse to say the N-word than cracker or chink or any other racial slur? And so I wanted to talk about that in the history behind it and how, for example, Black men were hung from trees and tarred and feathered, Black women raped, Black slaves raped, and they were being called that word, and it was used to degrade us, to make us feel like we were less than human. And so I just don't get why that person, I think they asked that question like 3 or 4 times, and people kept trying to explain it to that person, but they just didn't get it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
You
I
know what I
know.
mean?
Yeah, I know stuff. So look,
I think the N word is abhorrent. I just don't like to hear it. It actually makes my gut like hurt when I hear that word. It's disgusting.
Okay.
I can't. It's one word that I just think is really really gross.
Yeah, Ben, it wasn't. Hey, so let's go to Jessica real quick. Then I want to go to this video. Tell me what are your thoughts on the use of the N word, or just whatever your thoughts are.
Well, I mean, my personal thoughts are, I mean, I don't use the word. To me, it's degrading. But here's the thing too that I think we have to recognize, that we don't often hear, is that rappers use this word often in songs and things such as that. And to me, I always think, well, okay, it starts with us. It starts with the responsibilities that we have. We do have freedom of speech, of course, but to say that, like, I personally just don't like the word, but I can't keep somebody from using the word. I can't keep rappers from, I don't like the fact that rappers are able to use it in their songs, and that's okay. But then there's a code that Blacks can say it to each other. To me, I'm just like, I don't like to let these type of words have power, so I just don't give them the power. And I think that that's one of the things that I recognize with using the N word. I mean, I don't know. It's just like, don't have the sting of the word. Go ahead.
My issue is, why do people like the guests on your prior show? My issue is, why don't they understand why it's worse to say the N-word than other racial slurs? It's not really about, oh, don't say it, or you have the freedom of speech. My issue is, why don't they understand why it's worse to say the N-word versus like black or whatever?
I mean,
see what I'm saying?
emotion attached to it. There's more emotion.
Yeah, that's what she didn't get, even though people kept explaining it to her.
That's the thing. I think it's an emotional thing with anything. I mean, to me, to somebody who's maybe big boned, fat can be offensive, so it has an emotional attachment. Now, I don't know why that person doesn't understand why it's more hurtful, or I can't speak for that person. I don't know who they are. But
she said she did it for a social experiment, because I get the fact that people want to stop the PC culture because everybody wants to control people's speech. And I think if somebody wants to use a word, let them use a word, and then they have to deal with the consequences of using the word. And some people just say it like my nigga in a rap song. That's a different intention behind the word. That's not an intention of hurting someone. But when you hear someone like Lyndon Johnson say, I'll have those N word, I'm voting Democrat for the next 200 years. Democrat, by the way, that just shows it. He thinks of Black people underneath him. He thinks that he's an elite piece of what. And that's what's disgusting. It's when people look at you and they're saying you're underneath them. That's why I don't even like the white privilege, because in a way you're saying white are more privileged than Blacks, and it's a psyop on Black people saying we're not equal. So to me, that's white supremacy. It's a form of white supremacy.
All right, cool. So look,
it's a psyop.
Okay, that's fine. Everybody has their opinion. We'll respect them right now. I just got a few videos I'm gonna play. I'm gonna go to this CNN panel. I just ripped some videos. Just check this video out.
I use the N-word. It could quite possibly, and honestly probably should, cost me my career. And I don't understand why, when we know how divisive this word is, why we would not have people like you, Trinidad, who are but you're a community. Your people look up to you. Young people look up to you, and you're rapping about the word and making money on it, and they think they should be rapping the word and saying the word as well.
Hold on for 1 second, Mark. You can get in after him. Let Trinidad respond.
Ben, you see, you keep giving you're giving the word too much power. I am making money off of doing music.
I'm not using it. You are.
I am making money off of doing music and being creative, sir. I'm not making money just because I use the N-word. Nobody goes to buy an album because it's full of the N-word.
Trinidad,
No, sir.
you wouldn't be on this show tonight if it wasn't for using the N-word in your rap music.
Go ahead.
Let's be honest.
Go ahead, Mark.
Go ahead, Mark. First of all, he wouldn't be on the show if a white woman hadn't said the N-word on a tape. So that's not fair. Again,
Which
we're putting the burden on him.
music.
All right, man. Hey, so I want to start with Jessica. What do you think about that video right there?
Well, the video in and of itself, I mean, it kind of goes with what we've been saying of, you know, I think freedom of speech, you know, yeah, you don't have to like a word, but with Shiva, I do agree with you on this, with the whole PC culture. We get too carried away with, well, you know, you can't say this, but you can say this. It's okay. You can't use the N-word, but it's okay to use this. I don't really get the fact that I don't like the host saying that he made money because he used the N-word. I don't think that that's necessarily the case. I mean, I don't know the whole background with that, but honestly, to me, I think if you don't like the word, you don't use it. If you use the word and you feel comfortable using the word, use it. But again, you have consequences. If you're a Black person, I don't know. I don't like the idea of giving words so much power, because to me, people can call me whatever they want, it doesn't mean I'm going to accept what people say about me. I'm not a victim. So I'm not going to be here going, oh my gosh, you offended me. I'm like, no, it's like,
exactly.
If I don't identify with something, I don't accept it.
Well, I've been called a fat shaming Karen, and I take that as a compliment. I say fat shaming saves lives. So, you know, there's times it's like, you know, I'm called names and I'm like, wow, Karen's actually quite a great name. So thank you. Thank you for calling me Karen. And, you know, I'm called names all the time. I'm called a redneck. And I said, you know what? The rednecks are the ones that ship a lot of our food. They do a lot of the hard labor. So I quite like rednecks. So it's kind of like what you're going to allow to trigger you. What triggers me the most is the stupidity of people that basically were enslaved now because of the stupidity of going along with this one world order narrative. Like people all muzzled everywhere, living in fear. Big pharma is like controlling their brain along with the media. That I just get so frustrated. And then when they attack me, I'm like, listen, I'm fighting for everybody's freedom, all of our freedom. And you guys are attacking me and you're just sitting on your ass being a keyboard warrior and doing nothing. You know, it's like, I'm out there. Today I've been collecting names for the recall of George Gascon, the guy that's.
Hey, we're definitely gonna get into that. We got a caller right now calling in on the line.
Okay.
Caller, are you there?
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller. Say your name and who's this question for?
Hi, my name is Kennedy. What's up, y'all?
Hi, Kenny.
This question is for Jessica.
Hi,
What's up? Kendi Harry cares. I was in the chat earlier. But this question is for Jessica, because you had mentioned rappers and rap songs, and I was curious on your thoughts and opinions on the hard R as opposed to the A at the end, because as you were saying, you know, rappers saying there's like a double standard and it's okay for both the hard R and the A, but like it's more acceptable if it's the A at the end, you know what I mean? So I was just curious about your thoughts on that.
Well, I mean, I know that when they say it with the A at the end, it's a different connotation, and it's supposed to be more of a term that people can use as, I guess, as a term of endearment, for lack of a better word. But I mean, to me, I mean, personally speaking, I think when I hear whether it's an ER or an A, to me, it's the same word. That's just my opinion. I guess it's kind of as though one can try to sugar it up and say, oh, it's not so bad because it's not the hard ER. You know, that is like, but to me, it's the same word. I'm not in any kind of confusion as far as what they're trying to say. It's like, oh, if you say that with an A, oh, it's okay. Oh, with an ER, oh my God,
right.
That's the one that's offensive. You know, it's the same word to me. But I'm not going to stifle rappers' freedom of speech either. You know, they have the right to use whatever words they want in their music. I also have the right to say, do I want to listen to them or not? Do I want to choose to have this filled in my soul, or do I want to elevate myself and be better and listen to better things that are worth my time? So again, it all comes down to like, I think we have to take more personal responsibility and not be so offended at everything, and not look at people and say, oh, this is somebody who's I'm following them. What do they think about it? I think that's when we have to have a moral compass to go, what is God saying about this? What is my Lord saying? I mean, if you don't believe in God, then you have to find a moral compass some way, but that's another situation. But it becomes more than just looking to people and thinking that they have the way or the answer for something just because they're celebrities, you know? So
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Well, I think
But no, definitely, and that's why.
I have a question for you guys. Oh, is that a caller?
Hey, yeah, I'm still on. I was gonna segue into a related but separate kind of thing, but I have a boyfriend. She's a little older than me, but it's just interesting to hear the different takes because her opinion is the freedom of speech issue, and she's like, I will not say the word hard R or it with an A at the end until everyone around me can say it, just like, you know, because of the sensitivity thing. But I totally get what Jessica's saying in regard to, you know, what is your moral compass guiding you to do? You know what I mean? So yeah, I was just curious.
I have a question for you guys. I have a question. Now, what if
Thank
a
you,
white
caller.
kid, this is
Thanks,
for
Kennedy.
Miss Giles, what if a white kid is listening to some of these rap and he's singing the song saying "my nigga"? You know, what do you think about that? Like, would you be upset at that white kid? Would you be upset at the kid singing the song that's following the rap song that he likes because he follows that rapper and he's singing that song?
Are you asking me a question?
Yeah, I'm asking you a question. How would you feel if a little white kid is rapping a song, he follows a rapper and it has "my nigga" in it, and that person's saying it? How would you feel?
They know not to say it around me. That's all.
So if a white kid says that and is singing the song, obviously he's following a black guy. He's not racist because he likes the artist.
Shiva, this is the issue. You clearly don't know me. I have white friends. I have friends of all. They know how I am. I just went to the hookah bar with one of my white homegirls the other night, and they was playing all kinds. They was playing black music. Yeah, she is. She know what she is, and she know what I am. And we were sitting up there. I even got it on my Instagram story.
That we're a different species. It's so weird.
Are you supposed to answer the question or not?
Can I answer it? You said that you better not say it around me. So you would be mad at a white kid that follows a black artist and saying "my nigga" and singing the song.
Did you ask me how I would feel? And I just told you.
Answered it, and I'm actually.
And they know not to say it around. They know not to say it around me. That's it. That's all. What's the problem?
Can they read your mind? Can they read your mind? Wow, you're saying that child would be able to read your mind.
They should know better. Just like if a country song come on the radio and they're talking about redneck this and redneck that.
They're a young influenced kid, and you would be mad. Okay, well, this is what I'm talking about.
It's called about having respect for one another at the same time. Let's just be very clear, okay? Damn, it don't take rocket science. It don't take rocket science, Shiva, to have respect for somebody. Jesus Christ, like it don't take respect. It don't take nothing to have respect for somebody. Just like if a song come on and it's talking about red, redneck, I'm not about to say all that in front of my own girl. Like I'm just not gonna do it. That's just respect. That ain't even something that we even have a discussion about.
Styles, not everybody has your definition of respect, okay? So not everybody
clearly, because you don't be listening to shit.
Our world is not Miss Giles' world.
A1 has to step in and mute the women again. We got a caller. We have a caller. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. What's your question? Who is this for? Go ahead. Everybody's muted except for Jessica and Nishala.
Okay, I have a question.
Go ahead.
One question towards Shiva. Who gave her the N-word pass?
Who gave her what? Well, hold on. Let me
The N-word pass to say the N-word. Who gave her the pass to say the N-word?
I did. I'm my own person.
All
I
right.
did.
Okay, cool.
I'm not your slave. I'm not your slave master. You're not my slave master. Thank you. I control my own mouth, not you.
All right. So,
in front of me, stand by. Okay.
Thank you, caller.
Let's just be very clear on that. Let's be very clear on that. Okay. So we can have an understanding just in case we run into each other. You say it around me and there's gonna be some consequences. So that's just it.
Really?
That's just
what
what
you gonna do? You gonna hit me?
Yeah,
Are you
really.
gonna hit
Yes,
me, Miss
really.
Giles? No, you
Yes,
don't.
really.
No, I don't
Yes,
think so.
really.
If you
Don't
did,
be
then I'd arrest you. I'd get you
ma'am.
arrested.
Ma'am, it's
Yeah,
going
you're
to
not
be
allowed
some
to be violent. You're
consequences.
not
You
allowed to
said
be
in my
violent.
face. Ma'am,
No,
you heard what I said.
I am
In the
just
story,
saying what kids are seeing.
ma'am, you
Kids are
heard
seeing
what
this
I
because they're influenced
said
by black
in
artists.
the
So,
story.
you know.
Okay, so
Oh, really? I don't think
let's
so.
see. Let's see what Magic A1 can do again. Look, I can hear again. This is magic. Hey, Jessica, how you doing?
I'm amazing.
All right, cool. Jessica's having a good time. Nishala, you guys are good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Hey, so look, we're gonna get into this. We'll get into this next video because I didn't plan on talking at all. I'm up here just enjoying you guys, having such a good time. This will be the last time we do a show about the N-word because we've beat it to death. I've been told many times. See what you did, Miss Nishala? Just I ask everybody. No, it's perfectly fine. It's not just what you wanted to talk about. I always ask all the guests what do they want to discuss on the show. But I got some videos. You know what I'm saying? That kind of go both ways as far as the N-word. And I just wanted to play this one for you guys. Check this one out.
CNN received a complicated question from a viewer. Why can black people say the N-word, but white people can't? Now, the question itself may be tiring or frustrating for black folks. Why is it that we have to keep explaining the history of racism in America?
The people who are allegedly confused are white people. And my experience is that white people aren't confused, they disagree with it. And that's very different.
That's Dr. Neil Lester. He created the first college course focused solely on studying the N-word.
I don't want to dismiss the question, but what I'm saying is that question is so loaded with nuance that is actually more about the person asking the question than it is about the question.
Now, it's worth pointing out that not all black folks feel the same about using the N-word. Take the NAACP. In 2007, the group held a funeral for the N-word, hoping to bury the word in all its variants once and for all. But there are black people who still use the word, and some white people still asking why they can't.
So let's say there is a double standard and black people have permission to say it.
I love black people, but I hate.
There are so many ways in which our American history has been a double standard. Jim Crow was a double standard. The fact that there are a group of people who look like me who were enslaved in this country is a double standard. The saying of this word is not really a double standard. It's just saying, here are some consequences if you say this.
White people have used and continue to use the N-word to oppress black people. So when a white person says the N-word, even if they're reciting Huck Finn in class or rapping along at a concert, it carries that historical weight of racism.
Wait. You gotta bleep one single word, though. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I do it?
You can say it until the cows come home. In the privacy of your own room, you can say it out loud. But I guarantee you, I've seen some social media stuff. If you say it to the wrong person, you may get knocked out. I'm not advocating violence. I'm just saying that that's what some people do because the word has a visceral response to many people. This is a word that is still to this day loaded with violence and hurt and trauma and pain, and nothing about the experience of black and brown people has changed in that regard.
So, if you're white and wondering why you can't say the N-word, ask yourself this: why do I care so much? And why do I even feel the need to say the word in the first place?
I want to say something about that. Or can I? Or are we live again? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah. So I wanted to go ahead and go to you first. We caught you coming back to the screen, of course. She was taking a snack break or something like that. But tell me what you think about that video, then I'll bring the rest of the people. Go ahead.
I had to turn on my light.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. So I mean, okay, I hear what these guys are saying. So okay, this is the one thing that I realize is that it's more of a thing of what people of the emotional things that people hold on to. So, for example, this happened to a group of people. No one can dispute that slavery happened, and it was very tough for many people. But the truth of the matter is, I live by the fact of you don't hold on to your past. You don't create your future in your past. So the past should be left to the past, you know? And I think what I notice is that a lot of people are reacting from something that happened to them in the past. And even as hard as it is, everybody has something they go through. Every single person, no matter what color, no matter what race you are, your sexual orientation, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody has demons that they fight and things that they go through. So I think that that's one thing that we as people should kind of focus on is the fact that we all go through stuff. It's not about singling out one group of people and saying, oh, well, they had it this way. We all go through things, bottom line. So to me, I'm not a person who likes to take my past and hold on to that and create a story that then runs over and over and over again to create my future. So even as hard as slavery was, slavery is no longer here. We're not in slave times. We are not. I don't care. The only slaves that I know of are people who are being sex trafficked right now. And we aren't talking about that. People aren't saying, oh, we need to release these slaves, most of whom are women. So to me, I don't like the idea that because it happened in the past, you got to live by that set of standards. Now, I still stick by you have the freedom of speech to say what you want. Again, like the guy said, there's consequences. I don't advocate for violence because I don't think we should have to go to a place of violence in order to help people understand where we're coming from. I think you can still have good conversations with people if we all can have respect for one another and can see each other as people, not our skin colors, not our genders, not our sexual orientations, because that's not what defines us. And so I still stand by the thing that we need to actually move on. If we want to really conquer race, stop talking about race. Stop making everything about race, or else racism will never cease. So that's what I think.
Let me ask you one question, because
Sure.
I have a older grandma that's still alive. She's 91. They went through slavery and experienced that stuff. How do you think? Because a lot of people say, well, slavery. Who's alive that you know is still our grandparents are alive that went through that stuff. So how do you address those people? Because they probably feel a certain way about that. And I don't know if it's too fair, just say forget about what you went through. It's kind of what you're saying.
No. Let me clarify. I'm not saying forget about what you went through. What I'm saying is you don't hold on to the past and create a story with this. So I'm not advocating that people forget what, and just move on. People have to grieve. People have to find healing and everything. And no one's saying to discount what the experience you went through. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Okay.
I'm not trying to discount anybody's experience. What I'm saying is everybody has things that we've gone through. Just pinning it on something because it's a racial thing and saying, oh, well, we have to then keep this story alive. It's only
Thank you for
ourselves.
subscribing to the channel. I appreciate that. Sorry about it. I get little alerts that come up when people subscribe or donate or anything. So sorry about that. Not to interrupt you, but go ahead.
No problem. Welcome, new subscriber.
Thank
you. But
yeah,
I'm not saying to discount not discounting anyone's experience. In fact, I think that's what I was trying to say is that we can actually learn so much more about one another by having conversations, not just going, oh, well, because you're Black X, because you're a woman Y. It's actually having a conversation a human experience and identifying us each other because we're human, not because we're one race or gender. So that's what I was trying to say. So I would for your question, A1, I would tell you, I would ask your grandmother. I would be asking a lot of questions actually to your grandmother. I'd want to know, what did you go through? How did you overcome? What was your takeaways from this experience? What brought you out of it? How were you able to overcome? I would be asking her a lot of questions to see where she's coming from. And I don't think the person I am, I know I don't discount people. I don't just wave people off or roll my eyes at people. I listen and I accept what people say, but I also don't have
Thank
to
you, John
accept the
Atello, for
victim
subscribing to
mentality.
the channel. Definitely appreciate it.
Hey, John.
Uncle John. Hey, but I want to hear from Nishala before I go back to Shiva and Miss Giles' way. They probably calm down a little. Y'all need to drink some cold water, ice cubes, rub it on your forehead. Go ahead, Nishala. Are you there? So how do you feel about that video? Are you painting your
I just want
nails?
to comment
Oh, go ahead.
on what Jessica said. There are people that are still slaves, and not just in the United States, of course, not in the masses, but in other countries, especially like the Middle East. Not just child sex trafficking, but people that are being held hostage in like basements and that are being shackled and whatnot. I remember hearing about a case of a black man that sued this white man because he kept him as a slave for multiple years. So that still goes on in this country, in the world. Mhm.
I guess I was talking about specifically slavery in the 1960s. So I guess I should clarify. I'm not talking about slavery as a whole, because obviously there are slaves all over the
I
world.
think you said
And even
slavery
in
doesn't go
Africa,
on anymore.
there's blacks who own
Yeah.
black slaves, and we don't talk about that either.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. All right, so we're gonna unmute Miss Giles Way and Shiva. Thank you guys for taking your time out. I appreciate it. You guys look relaxed now. The energy's back. You know what I mean? The energy's back. Look at Miss Gus. Look at her. Let's see Shiva right now. Let's go to Shiva. Look at all that sexiness on the screen. There we go. And now we bring everybody. We back. We're a happy family. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. That number is 424-234-8670. We do have a call for you. Miss Jessica, you have let me hang this person up. Let's go to hold on. Let me go. Miss Jessica, you have somebody that does not like you, but I'm not gonna put them on the air because they were very derogatory. So let's go to this person. Hold on. Let me.
How could you not love Jessica? Jessica is so lovable.
Well, they started their conversation off really bad. Caller, are you there? All right, hold on. I'm gonna put you on right now. All right, this is a new caller. This isn't the same person that just asked for Jessica, right?
No, this is Lucas.
This is who?
Lucas.
This is Lucas.
Hey, Phil. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Definitely appreciate it. Go ahead and answer your question and have it. Go ahead and say what you got to say, brother.
Oh, they asked a question. I didn't catch the question. What was the question?
All right, bro. We'll call you right back. Check out the show. I got one more caller. All right. Hey, let's go to this caller. I got to screen them now. Jessica has one person. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm
okay.
here.
Go ahead, caller.
Okay, so that video that we watched talking about why do white kids want to know why they can't say the N-word? Well, rap music obviously repopularized it. I mean, you can listen to a lot of older music, and they're not saying nigga this, nigga that, obviously. So you have music heavily influencing this culture and wanting to, and spreading black culture and ideas is good, but we want positive things about black culture to be spread. And I'd argue that saying nigga is not one of the positive aspects of black culture.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the etymology of the word, you're literally, black people literally just said it with an accent. The actual word nigger, like they said it with an accent, and they said nigga because that's how they spoke. That accent actually, I believe, it comes from I think like that southern accent. I think a lot of poor Scottish people, they call them hillbillies. Okay, that term comes from them have their unique accent being basically Americanized, and that's why you have your whole rednecks and southern people sounding very similar to the way black people speak. When you go to the South, you don't even know that person's actual ethnicity until you actually meet them. So because we have this unique set of how phonics matched up and how our unique American history went from slavery, because remember they had slaves in Rome, and
Yeah, they got slaves everywhere. This is Ben, guys. This is Ben. He's a good friend of mine. Let me ask you a question, Ben. I go to the Beverly Hills freedom rallies. I attend Horn Flats, Huntington Beach. I go to all that stuff, right? So let me ask you this question. When I hear people say nigga, the word nigga, right? And do you ever hear black people call each other niggers with the ERS?
Because of the culture that has been established, and especially in our modern times, we don't do that because we've established a cultural code, even though the word is literally the same thing. Once you actually understand it. Because it's literally...
It's the same shit. It is the same shit, but do you hear it, though?
Well, no, because we've established a cultural code. But if you go south of the border, they have black people in Mexico and in other Latin American countries. And, they call them negros because that's the word.
Okay. At the Beverly Hills Freedom Rally, if you see two black people, because I heard it when we were at the Israeli thing this weekend, do you ever hear the word, let's just be specific, nigger with two black people?
Well, we know Latin's a dead language, so no.
Okay. So therefore, okay, that's fine. I'm glad you finally answered the question. Now, you hear nigga all the day, though, right? Right?
And that stems from our culture.
From our culture, yeah. You can say our culture.
Yeah, acceptance of that.
So now, have you ever heard a white person call a white person nigga?
Yeah,
I fucking hear it all the time. Just like I hear Mexicans say it. Right? I don't even think people understand where the word even comes from anymore. And you're right. I think it has a lot to do with the music and stuff. And then some can say, you know what? Until black people stop saying it, should a black person even be mad about it? And I'm just arguing, playing devil's advocate. I could talk on both sides.
Well, they obviously shouldn't. I mean, obviously, if someone says something to you with the intent to hurt you, I mean, you can pretty much tell what's going on here. I mean, some people try to, kind of flex and try to think of like what they can get away with, especially in high school. I mean, I went through that in my school. I didn't really go to school with a whole lot of black people. I don't know if you could tell.
Yeah, we could tell. We could definitely tell.
Okay, wonderful. All right.
Now, this is the next question. This is the next question for you. Hold on. Be quiet. No, I got you, Ben. You didn't grow up around black people. I got it. Not a problem. Now, my next question is, how many black people do you hear them saying, hey, cracker, hey, Jew, hey, this? Do you ever hear black people using something that, like, if I called a white person, if I went to the freedom rally and was like, hey, crackers, and I'm the only black person, I wonder would people be offended and talk about me? And be honest, man. Don't give me no bullshit answer.
Well, I'm not going to give you a bullshit answer. They'd be surprised, one. Number two, they wouldn't be offended so much is because that word hasn't been established as a pejorative as much as anything with the N-word.
Wait, hold on, Shiva. I'll let you talk. So you're saying that is good one way, but not good the other way? It got. If it worked both ways, I'm fine with it.
Our culture has been established like that. It is only a one-way street, and that's because
okay, cool. You so making my points right now. First of all, should nobody be saying it? But if it's good one way, it has to be good the other way. So, Ben, I want you to stand next to me. We'll do a social experiment, like people say. We'll do a social experiment. I'll go to the Freedom Rally, where I don't give a fuck where it is, and we'll go around calling people crackers and see how that works.
Okay.
See if anybody comes and talks bad about me, because it has to work both ways, brother.
That's done it.
It has to work both ways.
People have done it.
That's the only point. Listen, it's a derogatory word, but if you're not going to argue for both, I hate people that cannot argue for both sides. So whatever's good for you has to be good for the next person, or it's not fair.
Exactly. It should be in a perfect world, but like
fuck the perfect world, Ben. Either it's good for you,
no, I know that.
It has to be good for the other person. Let's keep it 100, brother.
I agree with you.
right?
Just our cultural standards haven't
Yes,
evolved like
don't
that.
make you make excuses as soon as you change it up a little bit. I'm
not
just
making
saying.
an
I'm
excuse.
just saying.
I'm not making an
Let's
excuse.
go.
I agree
I
with
want
you.
all the black people to go to Beverly Hills Freedom Rally. See, I wouldn't even do that to Shiva. We'll go somewhere else because I respect what she do and say that shit. You know what I mean? And say that and see what kind of reaction we get. Because now
We should do it around the younger
you'll get
generation if we're gonna do it, so that
and
we can at least teach them.
I got you, but we shouldn't be. But it should be fine. Per what you guys are saying now, it shouldn't be anything wrong with it.
Exactly.
No, there's a difference because
Exactly.
What's the
they
difference?
try to glorify. They're glorifying that word now in rap songs. They're glorifying it. So children that don't understand history are gonna just repeat what they hear because they're following these artists and they're singing their songs. I see it all the time.
And they love black culture.
From the
That's
high
why they
school.
want to emulate it so bad. They love black
songs
culture.
out loud and thinking they're cool.
That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. All I'm saying, guys, if it's gonna be good one way, let's make it good both ways. Because I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Say what you want to say, but don't fault another for doing the same thing. That's the 50-50 is the fairest thing in the world. And if you make exceptions for one, you have to make them for the other. That's the only part I'm arguing. I don't care if we're talking about Jews, anybody. I don't care who we're talking about. That's the only point I'm making. Make it fair. Let's teach our kids 50-50 being fair. So if you're gonna be in front of your kids saying,
I say something?
yeah, go ahead.
Say
Yes, Shiva, absolutely.
Well, the thing is, somebody asked if you look white. I was born in Iran, okay? My sister, my half-sister lives in Iran. You want to talk? Let me finish. If you want to talk about slavery, why don't you go and live in Iran where my sister lives? Forced hijab wearing, can't go to the store by yourself. You'll understand slavery much better if you go and live in that country. Then you'll feel very blessed to be in America.
I've lived over there for 2 years. See, that's what you don't know.
I know you don't care anything about anybody, but
don't be
yourself,
trying to
Miss
tell me.
Giles. But
You be trying to tell me.
I don't understand why we're fighting here.
No. Jessica, that's Shiva and Miss Giles' way. That's not A1. I'm just asking questions.
But this is plain and simple. I be trying to like Shiva, but Shiva pisses me off because she thinks she knows so goddamn much and thinks she know more than everybody.
I think you're projecting.
I've been all around the world too. I lived in the Middle East for 2 years, fought over there 2-3 times. So don't tell me. I know how they're living over there. I know how the women get treated over there. I know.
But she wasn't talking about you, Giselle.
Did I
She
mention
wasn't talking about you.
Tell me like I don't know shit. I know
you think that you're God and that you think the world revolves
yes,
around you.
I do, but you try to
play
your name.
You're dealing with assumptions.
You used to being around, but maybe you're not used to being around a person who knows what's going on. See, that's the problem.
Ladies, come on. This is
I know what the fuck is going on. So you used to talking to probably some black folks that ain't been no goddamn where. That's not me, and ain't lived through shit and ain't did shit. So you think you be having the upper hand? No, ma'am. You don't talk down on me, ma'am. I'm over here just as credentialed as the next.
Okay.
Jessica, how are you?
Well, it's a little frustrating because I feel as though we're not really having a conversation, and this is what this is supposed to be about: have a conversation, not take everything personally. I mean, if we're here to talk, let's talk. We can be women who don't attack each other. Guys, we get enough of this stuff. Believe me. Let's not be those women. Let's just, we're all people. We're all human beings.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna let somebody try to talk to me like I'm some nobody, like I don't know what the hell is going on. That's what people's problem is. She's trying to talk to people like they don't know shit.
Miss Giselle, I want to just tell you.
Wrong over here. How many years did you serve this country, ma'am? Ma'am, how many years did you serve this country? This country you love and fight so much for and all this shit you talk, how many years did you serve? Mind you, I'm a mother of 5 too, so it was a lot of sacrifices I made for this country, ma'am. So how many years did you serve? Fighting and defending, living on a ship with 5,000 people in the middle of nowhere, in the Middle East.
I got it. But here's the thing is, sorry, hold on. Miss Giselle, you are significant, believe me. But it doesn't matter what anyone says about you. You know the truth of who you are, and that's all you have to hold on to.
All right.
Know what
Let
I'm
me
saying?
let me mute everybody again. Hey, Jessica, how you doing? I'll talk to you again one more time. I'm sorry. Hold on, Shiva. Put your hands down. Shiva, you've turned a whole other color. You are worked up. It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead, Jessica. Say what you're gonna say.
I'm just going to say this. I know it's going to sound cheesy. Every single one of you ladies are significant and have a purpose. And no matter if you know that purpose or not, you're significant. No matter what anybody says. Who cares what anyone says about you or thinks about you? Just know you're meant for greatness. You're significant. So I see you, Miss Giselle. You're beautiful. You are worthy. And you're special. You're intelligent, I can tell. Doesn't matter what anyone says about you. You're amazing. Jiva, same for you. You are amazing. You're beautiful. You have you're passionate. You're amazing, and you have a lot to give to this world. So it doesn't matter what anyone says. You're special, Miss Naisha. Oh, I guess we're off now.
No, we're not off.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I pushed the wrong button.
You're
My
quiet,
bad.
but I get the sense that you're you're an observer. So
My bad.
just
There you
know
go.
we're all here. We're all significant. We all have something to say, and we're all worthy of being heard. So doesn't matter what anyone says. Anyway, just have to throw that out there.
All right, that call in number is 424-234-8670. Hold on, Shiva, because I just got to get into this other video, man, and then we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. But this is I don't know if you guys listen to the Breakfast Club. Charlemagne the God, and he said some things a while ago. Check this video out. It's like 2 minutes. This is like 2 minute cool down. All right, Jessica. Thank you for staying. You got a good spirit. Thank you for staying with me. Tell that person in the room what you a good person, man. You got everything right. I'm not gonna I'm not saying. See, I didn't even say nothing. See, you the one doing that. He's invisible right now. But hold on. Oh, Shiva, check this video out, Shiva.
I don't give a fuck. And the reason I always say I don't give a fuck is because until we stop using the word nigga, we can't get mad at nobody else for using the word nigga. And every time somebody from another race uses it, they say the same thing. Well, they use it all the time. If something's bad, it's bad. Period. It can't be good when I do it, but bad when you do it. That makes no fucking sense. If you really want to make a stand against the N-word, stop using it. Teach people how to treat you. People aren't gonna treat you how they see you treating yourself. So if I'm constantly running around saying, yeah, what's up, my nigga? How you, my nigga? I got love for you, my nigga. And then as soon as somebody else says, oh, nigga, from another race, you all up in arms, that's being a hypocrite. And I ain't never been into being no hypocrite.
So you don't care why people use that word?
No, because I'm not a hypocrite. I need to stop using the N-word. Let me tell you something. If Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X was to come back alive today, right? Martin and Malcolm wouldn't be shocked at Paula Dean using the N-word or Riley Cooper using the N-word. That's what they're used to. You know what they'd be shocked at? They'd be shocked at me using the N-word. They'd be like, brother, what is your problem? They'd be shocked at, all these rappers using the N-word. They hear Trinidad James smoking strong, my nigga. They're like, what the fuck is going on? They'd be in utter shock. It's like that episode of Boondocks and Martin Luther King Jr. was looking around at these motherfuckers like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, this what we died for? We marched and got beat with sticks and had dogs sicked on us and got sprayed with hoses for y'all to be walking around and carrying yourselves like this? No, man. It's way too much blood on the N-word for it to ever be a good thing. And I'm gonna tell you something else. That ER as opposed to GA, philosophy they use about to justify their use of it is utter bullshit. Nigga, it's all the same motherfucking thing.
100 years from now, do you think black people will still be using the N-word?
Yeah. Well, it's just not gonna be black people. It's gonna be everybody. Because the truth of the matter is, the N-word ain't just a black thing no more. Honey Boo Boo was a nigga to me. Honey Boo Boo and her family, they niggas. The Kardashians, they're a bunch of niggas to me. They got the same shit going on in their household that I've seen in any other nigga household. Motherfuckers smoking crack. Motherfuckers, like, for real. It's all but Scott and Courtney ain't married, but they got 2 kids out of wedlock. That's some nigga shit. Kim Kardashian was married to an NBA player and got pregnant by a rapper. Not only is that some nigga shit, that's some of these nigga girls' dreams. That's their dream. God damn, she had a ball player, then she turned around and got pregnant by a famous rapper. Her life is the shit. It's some nigga shit too. So all of them is niggas to me. I think 100 years from now, we gonna call an ace a ace and a nigga, and it ain't gonna matter the color.
Oh shit! Hold on. Cause wait. I gotta go over here first. I gotta go over here to Let me unmute you. Look at you happy now. Look at that happiness. All that happiness. All right, Miss Gilsway, what do you think about Charlemagne, the God, in that video right there? I want to come to you first.
Nobody pays attention to Charlemagne the fraud who's getting served right now by Kwame Brown. So nobody's paying attention to nothing Charlemagne has to say. Thank you.
Okay. Hold on. Now let's go to this young lady right here. This is Jessica. Thank you for coming on the show again. She's like, I'll never be on this show again, but thank you. It was very nice. But go ahead. What you think about this video? Then after that, I'm going to Shiva. I'm coming to you last. I'm coming to you. But we're gonna go to Nashala after this, and then Shiva. But go ahead. What did you think about that video?
I mean, I agree with some parts of what he says, and other parts, I personally, I'm not the person who likes to call names, whether if they're derogatory, that's not who I am. I don't like to, So if you are using the N-word as a derogatory term, even if you're using it to somebody who's not of the race, then to me it's still okay. It's not a nice thing to do. It's not nice. I don't think so. I still think the N-word, using it with an A or an ER, it doesn't matter. To me, it's the same word. You might have different connotations and different understanding with different people, blah, blah, blah. I get that. But yeah, I agree that if you don't want this word to have so much power, I think people need to stop using it, stop using it or stop giving it the power of what it was. Let that go. Don't let yourself be defined by words. If somebody calls me a word I don't like, I have the power to choose if I'm going to accept that word about myself or not. And we have that power. Believe me, you don't have to accept everything people say. So even if somebody, like there was a caller who apparently had a problem with me, doesn't matter. I mean, I don't wish him wrongly, but hey, I don't take other people's things and create them to be my story. I don't live by a victimhood mentality. That's just who I am.
Absolutely. Now I want to go to hello? Hello? Wait a minute. Let me get off this screen. Shit. Hold on, where's Shiva at? Hold on, let me get off this. Hold on, let me unmute you, Shiva. Fuck, I don't.
Well, can you mute Miss Giles so I can?
Everybody's muted and respectable. Go ahead, everybody. You're the only one that can speak.
Good.
Go ahead.
Because I'm just tired of being attacked.
Okay, it's your turn. Go ahead. We got it. Go ahead. You go ahead. Speak.
This is the deal. Our pop culture makes these rap songs popular. Now, I think that there is actually an agenda with this as well, because instead of putting some really intelligent music that is done by really great Black artists, they want to keep everybody dumbed down, and so they make these rap artists the epitome of Black culture, which I don't think is the epitome of Black culture, and it's a way of keeping the Black folks down. So instead of having great music that has some like real deep meaning and there's so many great artists. I mean, there's many great artists that should have the spotlight. They give these guys that are saying the N-word all the time in their music that platform. So the kids are growing up in this pop culture, and it doesn't matter what color they are, what skin color. They look at these people as their idols. They look up to them. So of course they're going to sing their music, and they don't have the intention of hurting a Black person when they're actually idolizing a Black person. But that's what I'm saying is our culture is like, it's not just Black, it's all culture right now. It's like very demoralized. Our fabric of America is our moral fabric is being ripped apart right now. And look at the music that's so popular, like WAP, what else, that's a popular song.
He said
it. Want to hear? Yeah. Do you really want? Yeah, do you really want your child to hear that song? That demoralizes women. It objectifies women. It's disgusting. It's like we're just there to be a sex object instead of an intelligent human being. And I don't think that's great. I think our society is going down the tubes for a reason, to destroy America from the inside out. And you have to rip away the moral fabric of the country. So that is my thought. And yes, the N word is not a good word, but I'm saying how they use it. It's not an intention to hurt Black people. It's not. That's not the intention behind the word. I just think it's very ghetto, and I think that we could do better as a society.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's muted right now. Nashala, she'll be. Well, I gotta get that off the screen. Go ahead, Ms. Giles. Well, you had something to say. I'm trying to take this.
No, I don't have anything else to say because this is comical at its finest. Because once again, I honestly believe Sheba don't even understand the stuff that comes out of her mouth and what she's doing. I'm to the point now that I don't think she understands. So at this point, I can't.
Wow.
I can't have a dialogue with somebody who's not even, I don't know, they just don't really understand what they're doing. And I just peep how you just don't understand what you're doing. So
What am I doing?
I'm trying to tell you and you don't like to listen. So
no, you're telling me how I feel. You don't tell me how
no,
I feel.
No, I'm telling you what you're doing.
Making assumptions. That's rude. Assumptions are rude.
I'm telling you what you're doing. You don't like it.
Over people with lighter skin than you. That's
Oh,
evil.
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now you're making up stuff. But
really?
Like I said, if you do you really want to know? Do you want to know, or are you just gonna be mad because I'm keeping it real? Or what?
No, you're attacking. There's a difference between attacking
I'm not
someone
attacking
and keeping it real.
I'm not attacking you, Shiva. I asked you.
No.
I asked you if how many years did you serve in the country for the country?
And
how many years?
You for your service. So,
but that's why I
say that I didn't serve.
I asked you a question.
I didn't choose that career. You chose that career.
Okay. So and when I try to tell you about things going on around the world, you try to act like I don't know that.
You're attacking
me. Are you listen or not? I let you do a whole thing and didn't say nothing. Now I'm talking and you gonna keep talking over me. That's what I'm saying about you. You think you run everything and you think you know everything. Once again, trying to tell Black people what kind of music they need to be listening to, what type of music they shouldn't have. How they yes, you did. I wish you go back and listen to yourself and the words that you do.
I have a right to my own opinion. Okay,
Girl.
I have my right to my own opinion.
Okay, she's back.
Big difference. I'm allowed to have my own opinion just like you, okay?
You don't giving an opinion. You're not giving an opinion.
That is an opinion.
You say your opinion. What you say is you try to tell people what they should and should not do.
Of our country and rip it apart.
You can watch it on YouTube.
Girl, you still not listening. I just in that mind.
How am I not listening? I don't agree with you.
Don't listen.
You believe it. If I don't agree with you, I'm not listening. I listen to every word you said.
Understand.
I don't agree.
You listen to respond. You do not listen to understand, Shiva. That's the problem.
I don't need to understand what you want me to understand. I have my own opinion.
Okay, girl. Bye, girl. Like bye, girl. If you don't be lit, bye, girl.
Hey, Jessica, how you doing?
I love your segue.
So, see, how's the day going? You know what I mean? Any plans for the weekend?
Actually, yes, I do. I actually am going to have dinner with some filmmakers, and I actually am going to have a fondue after this. So I'm looking very forward to that.
That's what I'm talking about. So right now at this point, I see I think that's the book in the background. We want to, because the show's coming to an end. We got about 7 more minutes. So I want to give you the opportunity to talk about your book, what you got going on. Actually, how long have you been in filmmaking?
Well, thank you so much. So a long time. I guess I've been filmmaking for at least, I don't know, I went to film school in college, and then I started making my own films about 4 years ago.
Okay. All right.
And
Cool.
they're not all patriotic. Some of them, like we have a thriller horror film, and I mentioned we're in pre-production for an anti-sex trafficking film to raise awareness. But this is the one that I did on the more recent side during the pandemic. We shot it in 2.5 days for $5,000. We self-financed it. We just wanted to get a message out because we felt that whenever you're trying to talk to somebody who doesn't agree with you, it ends up being this thing of an emotional thing instead of a logical thing, you know? So it's hard to argue emotion because you can't argue with someone's feelings because your feelings are always going to feel more right. So we decided, my husband actually wrote the film to just have a dinner table conversation with a couple that's conservative, one that's liberal, one that's not really into the whole political climate. And then one that they didn't know that each other were political. So we just presented different types of typical arguments that you hear on the mainstream media, and we debunk the lies in a conversation in a film. And all takes place, most of it takes place in a dinner table. A lot of our people who have watched it, Patriots, love it because they say, I've been at that dinner table. I know who that person is. I know who that person is. And so the beauty of this is that this can do a lot of the talking for your friends who oppose you, instead of you having to always be on the defensive, because we found that when you're arguing with people who don't understand your conservative values, they tend to go to emotion, like I said earlier. And so you're in this battle of, I'm trying to give you facts and they're trying to argue emotions, and it just doesn't mesh. But when people can see for themselves something that if you see truth, it's hard to unsee it. And if the mainstream media is saying one thing and lying, but then you see the truth, it's hard to debunk that. You know, you can't go, oh my gosh, no, the mainstream media is still lying. To me, that's insanity. But that's what we do. We debunk those mainstream media lies in our film. It's an hour and a half, A House Divided. Brendan Struck is in it, who is an amazing guy. He's the founder of #WalkAway. In case I'm sure everyone here knows him, but in case you don't, he's in this movie. Joy Villa did some music for us. She did the song Make America Great Again. And so we just had a really great team of supporters like Project Veritas and Dinesh and Debbie D'Souza and Right Side Broadcasting, that they gave us some footage to use in our film. So I highly recommend it. AHouseDividedFilm.com. You can grab the DVD there, or we're on Amazon. If you put in A House Divided, it's gonna look like this. I know there's so many titles called A House Divided, so it's this poster with my face on it and this lovely, pretty lady.
That's you right there?
That's me.
Oh, okay.
I'm in it.
Yeah. My screen is like dark.
My husband's in it too. He's right here. He's the one who wrote it. He directed. So yeah, we're just want to start using our platform of filmmaking to speak. Whatever that case may be. You know, yes, sometimes they might be patriotic films, but to me, they're films that are just going to speak truth. You know, we talk a lot about God because that's a big part of my life, and you know, we just want to speak truth throughout this platform and give people an elevated, point of view. Oh, thank you, elevated point of view. You know, so that's my film, and feel free to check it out at HouseDividedFilm.com.
HouseDividedFilm.com. That's her husband right next to her. You guys just can't see him on the screen. He's just giving her time to shine. He's giving the boss time to shine. I definitely appreciate. There go hubby over there. Hey hubby, how's it going? The hubby came on the screen. Wanted to give him a chance to hop on, check it out. Hey, definitely appreciate you coming on the show. Definitely appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. No, this is super fun. I had a good time. And your dog is so cute, Miss Giselle. I saw, he's beautiful.
Yeah, she got a big monster back there. He's
beautiful.
She don't be playing, but no, that's good. Hey, let me ask your husband a question. How long did it take him to write that? That
Honey, how long did it take you to write A House Divided?
Well, I have written over 20 feature films, so I got actually pretty fast. It took me a few weeks, I would say. Less than a month for sure.
Oh, okay. All right. Now
Yeah. It usually takes like 6 months to write a screenplay.
Yeah.
But I'm Swiss originally, and I'm very dedicated. If I have an idea, I sit down and I don't stop writing until it's done, even if it's 15 hours a day. So that's just me.
Okay, cool. I just have another question because I see you guys are an interracial couple. Were there any challenges with you guys dating or anything like that? Or in LA, everybody sees it, we're used to it. It's not a big deal. Or like, did you come over his house and then like, and I'm about to be stereotypical right now. You be like, man, do you have like raisins in the salad dressing or in the potato salad and shit like that? Or like, or you went to her house, she got too much greasy food, and I'm just being stereotypical, funny, having a good time. Are there those differences or anything like that?
I'm going to be real right now. I'm going to get very real right now. Yeah. Okay, so the one thing that was different for Mike, so he didn't understand my hair.
That's true, yeah.
We were
and
like...
everybody's unmuted as well.
We were all like making out, and he's like touching my hair, and I'm like, and he's like, what's that?
Like, don't mess up with you.
I'm like, So I made him watch the Chris Rock documentary called Hair, and he was like, now I get it. Now I get it.
I learned a lot, but there was never any kind of problems because of race. No. Not in her family. They love me. Mm-hmm. My family loves her. And I just don't see the world in racial differences, It's ridiculous. But the mainstream media loves to make everything about race to get us all fired up and screaming at each other. That's what they want, and that's what we don't do, So we're not going to fall for that crap, that's for sure.
Okay.
Saul Alinsky, Rules for Radicals. Everybody read that book, and you'll understand what their agenda is. Saul Alinsky,
100.
Rules
That's
for Radicals.
All right, that's all.
And also, everybody needs to read the Willie Lynch letter, How to Make a Slave. That will pretty much define the Democrat Party.
I read that. It's amazing. I mean, you see that they take your mind, not your body. They take your mind.
Yeah, walk away from the Democratic Party is probably the best thing you can do. Thanks for having me. Good night.
I appreciate it.
Oh, so cute. So cute. How cute is he?
Hey, Nishala, don't go to sleep. I see you going to sleep and stuff like that.
I had to tell my mom. Sorry about that.
Oh, no. Talk to your mom. It's just a joke. Hey, we appreciate you coming on the show. You got any last words and stuff? Because I'm short. I'm 2 minutes over right now, and I'm definitely in these. That is a big ass goddamn dog. Jesus. Go ahead, Nishala. Anything else, Nishala?
I want to say, God loves you. Jesus loves you.
Tal just subscribed. He must have unsubscribed and subbed back. Thank you, Tal.
That's so funny.
Yeah, appreciate that. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Nishala.
Oh, Trump 2024. Okay. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Donald Trump.
Got your answers.
Trump now.
Hey, we
back immediately. We don't want to wait till 2024.
Yeah.
We need to get this senile man out.
2021.
Yeah. All day. Miss Galsway, and then we're gonna go to Shiva, my home girl. Being here boxing, throwing them left and right. Her and Shiva, I'll be like, God damn, I love them. They fine. They be arguing though like a motherfucker. I'll be like, shit. Hey man, we gonna have our differences. That's what it's gonna be. Man, this is the People's Forum. We always have a good time, man. I don't care what at the end of the day, man, we can all laugh and go offline and then be like, fuck you, and and then we come back and have a good time. I talk to everybody offline. I want you to know I talk to all of them. Well, Miss Galsway and Shiva. I talk because they're regulars on the show. We hopefully Jessica come back in the shallow if they get some time or they didn't get scared away. But go ahead, Miss Galsway. I didn't know you were in the military that long.
I retired in 2017.
Oh shit, yeah. And let me tell y'all, man,
for your service.
Man, Miss Giles.
Yeah, I think it's amazing that she represented us in America.
Yeah, because
I mean, that's why
so I wouldn't.
I don't know why she attacks me so much. I actually agree with a lot of what she says.
Oh my God, I was
I
ending
do.
the
I
show.
agree with a lot of what she says. I thought it was brilliant. The whole outlook about talking about Asian hate, I thought that was brilliant. So I don't know why she's got so much animosity towards me.
Hey, somebody in the chat, his name Crypto Gangster. He said Trump will never win again, but that's just his opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's already won, honey. He already won.
But hey,
He won.
Miss
They
Giles,
cheated.
wait,
It was
what?
so
What?
obvious. All you had to do was look at the numbers at the top and the ticker tape that's 3 seconds behind.
Oh, look,
and
look,
all of
look.
a sudden, you
Oh
know
my God, they came out on you, Crypto
Trump is
Gangster.
divided.
They brung all the mega house on you. Hey, but look, what made you stay in the military that long? What made you? What made you go to the military?
Imagination.
Like, really, like Miss Giles, what?
I told you, I was like I told you before. I'm originally from Chicago, and I kind of seen, even at a young age, kind of where Chicago was headed. You know what I'm saying? So I just up and one day decided to go to the Navy so I can get some more culture in my life, and figured the best way to do that was go serve my country where I'm from. So I decided to do that and start having my kids and did it for 20 years. I mean, the time goes by so fast, and before you look up, I mean, it's nice to retire and have a pension at 38 years old.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
You can't beat that.
Nah,
Can I ask somebody something? Why this guy wants Trump to be in prison? Did the media really do such a job on you that you hate someone that has basically put America first? He secured our borders. He lowered our taxes. He made us energy independent. He got out of these globalist groups like the Paris climate fraud that was just going to steal money from America and give it to the globalists. And the WHO, he put them in check. What is it about Trump that you don't like? Is it because they've literally programmed you to hate somebody that's actually putting us first?
Hey, Crypto Gangster. Hey, can you call in real quick? I actually know Crypto Gangster. So,
yeah, Crypto. I want to know why.
I got 5 minutes, but just to do that, he's real. I would love for you if he does call in. That's cool. Hey, just call my regular number. You don't have to call the call-in number. Just call my regular number.
Yes,
if you
we
call
want to
in,
hear
brother.
why you hate him so much.
But yeah, damn, I can't believe you've been in the military that long. That's
unfortunately
shit. That's just, damn. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I applaud anybody that's been in the military because I'm not gonna do it. It's not for me. I can't listen to people talking shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna. So that's why thank you for your service. I'll say the same thing because I don't even
a little bit of a sore throat today.
recommend it. You like but that's just not me though. He's probably busy, not gonna be able to call in. But yeah, that's just me though. Shiva, you got some last words? We're at that 2-hour mark.
Yeah, I have a lot of last words.
Yeah, don't have a lot. Shiva, let me tell y'all something about Shiva. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Shiva was the only person at the Beverly Hills Freedom Rally that would talk to me. Like I was there. I've probably been there a month. Nobody would speak to me. They just look at me. I know they thought I was like the BLM and Antifa because I've never wore a MAGA hat or any of that stuff. But I just don't wear those. I don't wear anybody but my business or anything like that. But go ahead, Shiva. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the thing is that this is the society we live in right now. Is if you do not adopt the leftist ideology, which is very satanic, and Miss Giles was talking about blood-sucking pedophiles. Yes, sucking pedophiles. Do I know they live in Beverly Hills? I'm sure some of them do, but I don't know. At least the people I know are not blood-sucking pedophiles. So I have some wonderful people that are conservatives. They want lower taxes. They want us to be energy independent, all of these wonderful things. And for people to assume, they also think I'm rich because I say I'm in Beverly Hills. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment and share it with my daughter. I'm literally sharing a bed with my daughter. I'm slumming it here in Beverly Hills because I'm just a dance teacher, personal trainer, dog walker. I babysit. I'm cleaning house tomorrow. I'm doing whatever I can to stay afloat because I like to make my own money and I like the government to be out of my business. That's why I so much love being a conservative, because I see what the government does when they take more of our money and take more of our control. I mean, look at us in California. We're still in lockdown. You got DeSantis, who's completely open, and all my friends in Florida are sending me pictures of like everything's open and nobody's wearing masks. And the children are being suffocated. The children are being abused, because this is child abuse, what they're doing to our kids here. So, you know, ask yourself, which party is enslaving you and which party is more for your personal freedom? That's what I like for your the people on your list, the texts that are coming in. A lot of them hate me, but I'm actually fighting for your freedom. And by the way, I'm also doing the recall effort for our district attorney that's decriminalizing rapists and murders right now. His name is George Gascon. Look him up. He's a George Soros globalist puppet. And he wants anarchy here. He wants to do it so that we have school shootings and then they can take away our rights to bear arms. This is all a plot. And if people don't wake up, you're going to lose all your freedom and we're all going to be enslaved. Okay? So that's what I have to say to the people listening today. And pray to God. I know a lot of you don't believe in God, but I'm telling you, once you pray to God, God will reach out to you and show you that he's real. Let me tell you a quick story. My daughter and I were walking these two beagles, okay? And there was a dead rat that looked like it'd been there for days with its eyeballs popping out. You know, it was disgusting. It was like something that you would look and barf. My daughter says, God, can you please remove that rat? I'm not kidding you. A crow swooped down and grabbed that rat off the street and pulled it off. And I was about to say, you know, God has better things to do. I'm telling you, the Holy Spirit told me to shut up, and I did. And the reason why is because God wanted to solidify the fact that he's real to my daughter. And that was like something that was like a turning point for her. Wow, God is real. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So all you have to do is reach out to God, and God will reach out in return. So all of you people that believe there's no God, I'm telling you, just pray and you will see some miracles happen in your life. The Beverly Hills Freedom Rally was God inspired. God told me to do it, and that's why that is my master and that is who I follow, Jesus Christ.
Caller, go ahead. You have something to say?
Yeah, what's up, man? I was just gonna say I love you guys' stuff. You guys are doing a great job, man. We all just
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, shit, he got
He's
disconnected.
very nice, very sweet. Very sweet.
Hey, but okay, whatchamacallit got disconnected. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, checking it out. If you guys have any suggestions for show topics that you guys want to hear, because we're not touching the N-word for a very long time. We beat that to death the last 3 weeks. That's gone. We're not talking about transgenders. We're not talking about Asian hate anymore. Until I have the certain Asian people. Hey, believe it or not, a lot of Asians support the channel. I appreciate it so much. But if you guys have any show topics, when this one ends, you guys just put them in the comments. You can hit me on Twitter, Instagram, any of that stuff, and tune in. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for yeah, go ahead.
Can we do what I'd like to know what the left believe conservatives are, because I had a guy that I met today that says, "Oh, you're so radical," and I started talking to him. I said, "What define the conservative party for me?" And he's like, white supremacists, and that. I said, "No, that is not what the conservatives are." Like, he defined it in such a weird way. I said, "No, we believe in family values. A lot of us, not all of us, believe in God. We believe in local pastor."
Hey,
God Rides a Harley made it rain $2 through Super Chat. Thanks, God Rides a Harley. Good show tonight.
Hey, thank you guys, Ryder Harley. I definitely appreciate anybody that supports the channel, subscribes, donates, all of that stuff. I thank you guys so much. Tal, I didn't even see your comments. I'm just seeing them right now. I had something else on the screen. Shiva, yeah, we can talk about that. We'll be back. Hey, I love having a woman show. It's probably gonna be moved just to Mondays only because I'm using Wednesdays for something else. But I'm big on women coming together to talk, whether you agree or not. I'm all about the women. I would love to get some Asian women on the show, Hispanics. If you know anybody that would love to get on, please. Yeah, and you're right, Kelly. We will focus on deeper issues. It's just we had a lot of stuff that goes on in the community in Beverly Hills and Huntington Beach. And a lot of times people are just getting stuff off their chest. So we're finished with the Jerry Springer shows. I mean, people are going to always argue and disagree. But, I probably like that bullshit a little bit anyway. But I am so tired of the left and right BS too. But it's never going to stop, especially once I have liberals and conservatives on the show having dialogue. I'm hoping we can just have dialogue. If not, like this is what's going to be going on. And I'll just start muting people more. You guys, Tal's I remember Tal. I know you guys can see him in the chat. He's my Canadian friend. He used to troll me when he first started. Then he ended up being on the show. He still talks a little shit, but that's okay. I don't mind it, man. It's a big family here. We all you guys see Chris. He's not on the show. He's a regular on the show, so you guys will see him along with Ty, Raw, and everybody else. But in a positive manner. Yeah, Tal, just Tal, email me or something, bro. We could just because it don't help talking in the chat and shit. But Miss Giles, way you guys are gonna always see her. You always see Shiva. Hopefully, we can get Jessica to come back. But yeah, we definitely got to have some dialogue about different things and all of that stuff. Because I really would like to just produce the show and not be on the show. Shiva gets so worked up. You know what, Jessica? We're gonna have to try you hosting or Miss Giles way because Shiva, you be so fired up. You be like, shit.
I think Jessica would be a great host.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she's
more of a reasonable and not so triggered. I get so triggered when people attack me because I'm not only. Someone said that I'm only getting attacked phone calls. No, I've been physically attacked 2 times in 1 year. Okay. So it's not just been phone calls and threats, okay? And by the way, what's really weird today is I was wondering why my ring wasn't working. Someone took the battery out of my ring on my door. So that's kind of concerning.
I got a quick question.
And by the way, go ahead.
Shiva.
Go ahead.
Shiva, you know what? Maybe because you were in that small apartment trying to stay afloat in Beverly Hills, maybe that's why you so worked up and stuff all the time. Why you just don't move somewhere else where you can live comfortably and not be stressed out?
I would love to move to Florida.
Bedroom apartment.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you why. The reason. The father of my child lives 1 block away from me. He doesn't want to move. I wanted to move. I wanted to move to Florida because, first of all, it's less expensive. So I could have a nice place. I could probably get a house. But here I have to slum it because I want to be walking distance. If there's any emergency with the father of my child, he'll never move. And I can't take my child away from her father. She loves her father. So
I get that, but I mean, that's why you be so worked up because you ain't happy. You really not happy.
When people attack me, I've worked up when people attack me because you don't know me. If you wanted to know me, you would ask the questions instead of assuming. I don't like when people assume things.
I just asked you a question, and I'm saying maybe that's why you a little stressed out. Maybe that's why you so high strung.
That's not it. That's not why I'm stressed out.
There's a question came in.
I'm attacked a lot.
That you may be wanting to live. Maybe that's it.
Listen, this is
a question came in.
Example. Today, I'm
What'd you say,
doing the
Jessica?
recall effort for
Somebody's asking, do your Trump supporters believe he's sexist?
Do Trump supporters believe who's?
He's
Donald Trump.
He's a normal guy.
Oh, okay.
I don't think sexist in a way because he attacks who attacks him. He doesn't care if what their gender is. He'll attack anybody that attacks him. So he's an equal opportunist when it comes to equal opportunity basher. You know, he bashes anybody.
We got all kinds.
So,
Hey, Tal, hit me up on the email, man. But I'm about to get up out of here because it's been good.
can I tell you one thing?
Go,
Can
Shiva.
I
Don't
tell
say
people
10-minute thing, but say your 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay, real quickly, I'm doing this recall George Gascon effort, okay?
Okay.
And you wouldn't believe the things that people say to me when I'm asking them if they want to sign it. I had this guy said, I hope you shoot yourself in the head. I mean, this is what I get.
Wow,
and I'm trying to fight for safety for everybody. Safety is for everybody. So I don't understand all the freaking hate. So I don't get it. I don't understand because I'm actually fighting for everybody. But we're going to try to do this, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, Beverly Hills Garden Park. I want to do a recall effort for George Gascon there. I just filled out a petition to get a permit for the park. So they're going to let me know by Friday. If following Saturday, I can do that. So just let people put that on their calendar as a maybe, because we need to get rid of this guy. We needed 500,000 signatures, which really means we need about 1 million because, they'll probably throw out half of them.
Okay. Hey.
Ben, thank you, Shiva, for that. Thank you.
Ben talked about the Miss Giles, the pot calling the kettle black. Ben, sir, I live in a 3,500 square foot home with 6 bedrooms, sir. So I have no with a Great Dane, and I live on almost an acre. So I have no reason to be upset.
Hey, Ben is a he's a good person. He didn't grow up around a lot of black people, and that's okay, Ben. A lot of people didn't grow up around black people.
So he thinks black folks live and slumming it out. No, I'm not slumming it out, sir. I live quite very well because I work hard enough to do it.
Ben, as you know, it's hard for anybody living in LA, and shit, it's expensive. You know what I mean? So
well, that's because of the liberals. The liberals run the state, and that's why it sucks so bad. That's why housing prices are high. We've got open borders. It makes more competition for homes. I mean, this is why everything that they do, they put the government in it, and then it costs us more money because the government wants their share.
Cloud Gangster said, "White girl, fine as fuck."
Yeah.
I'm a white girl. Okay, I thought I had a tan, man. I've been trying to get some sun, and you guys all call me white girl. Jeez.
Hey, I'm just telling you what somebody said in the chat. That's Hey, again, I appreciate everybody, man. We 21 minutes over. You can catch us next Monday. Next Monday, I'll try to come back with all the girls. If I don't, you'll see the regular people on there. And then next Wednesday, I have Mega. What's his name? Mega. I can't even think of it. No, not Mega Hulk. Mega Beard or something like that. He'll be. His name.
I know who you're talking about. The little stocky white guy, right?
I don't even remember everybody.
Mega Pit.
No, Mega Pit. That's the Mexican homie. Mega Beard.
Oh,
yeah, I don't even know what Mega Beard is, to be honest with you.
Hey,
but thank you guys. Let me end this show. I appreciate everybody that come through. Everybody, yeah, Mega Man. I don't know shit. But look, hey, whatever it is, thank you guys so much. Jessica, Ms. Giles Way, Shiva as usual. Thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful night. Check us next Monday. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys do so. Somebody saying buy Bitcoin. That's Crypto Gangster. Get in your crypto if you need to talk to him about crypto, because he got me right with the crypto. Appreciate you guys so much. Love you. Tune in to
Love you too.
We Are LA. Anytime, all the time, anytime. I'm trying to push the button. See, all the time, wasted time. Anytime. I'm out of here.
I want to thank everybody for the support you guys gave.